The next session on stage is about expanding your exposures. The session we will be predominantly looking at the distribution networks and how you can get in a product distributed into the GCC. The session is being handled by the team Jaleel Trading. We would like to invite the gentlemen, the senior management from the Jaleel Trading to please come on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Purushottam, the General Manager, Jaleel Distribution.
The journey of Jaleel Holdings started when Mr. Kunyu Muhammad, chairman of the group, took the decision to undertake the voyage to Dubai in 1969 in search of a better life. The hardships of the new land, coupled with his grit and perseverance, transformed him into a true businessman in a short span of time. The helm of the organization was handed over from the disciplined leadership of the father to the capable hands of the sons, Mr. Samir K. Muhammad, along with his brother, Mr. Ghafoor K. Muhammad.
Made Jaleel Cash and Carry the largest wholesaler of consumer goods, consumer product distribution, Jaleel Distribution and Orbex.
J Mart, retail chain, food service, manufacturing. This passion drives the organization to achieve compounded annual growth rate of 20% with a 1.6 billion annual turnover. Along with socially responsible behavior will help Jaleel continue its journey to greatness.
Joining us on this session also would be Mr. Shihab, the General Manager for Jaleel Cash and Carry, and Mr. Neeraj, the Brand Manager at Jaleel Distribution. We'll have a short presentation by Mr. Purushottam and later followed by a question and answer session.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and good evening to all. Okay, I've been given me a topic today for basically exploring the FMCG business for UAE. First of all, a big thanks to the senior management of Lulu team who already taken us how the first part of success, that is how the listing can be done on it. Okay, and thanks a lot for the Gulf Madhyamam also. Basically, I would like to give you few insights, few slides, which tells you how an FMCG business in UAE market or in a GCC market, probably in a developed market, how it can be taken care, and what is the market size all about, and actually what are the profiles of market, what are the outlet profiles, what are the consumer profiles, what are the consumer insights, and also by end how you can be a successful manufacturer pertaining to these territories, and also how you can be a successful trade partner. There's a distributor level altogether. When you talk about UAE, definitely we need to talk about GCC. These slides tell you what is the GCC population and what are the GCC countries. GCC approximately is having some 53 million population, and out of the 53 million population, 32 million is from Saudi Arabia. That's the biggest, biggest country of this GCC, followed by UAE, which is of 9.2 million population, and of course Oman is there, and all the other countries. And if we talk about FMCG channel, what is the number of FMCG universe, the trade universe of FMCG? We can take from the slide saying that it's almost 116,000 number of universe, number of trade outlets across these places. Of course, again, this also leading by Saudi Arabia. Almost 66% of the FMCG trade outlets are from Saudi, followed by UAE, which contributes about 16% of the retail channel, the retail outlets of GCC basically. Yeah, when you talk about an FMCG industry, you also need to talk about the population of this particular market all about. Okay. It's very, very interesting to see this from the slide. Almost 50% of the total population of GCC is from 3 nationalities. basically Indians, the UAE nationalities, as well as Pakistan. These three nationalities contributes almost 50% of the population of this place. And more interestingly, the people from India, the entrepreneurs from India, and the successful, trade, the manufacturers who would like to dream about these markets have to see that, almost 27% plus population is from India. When we talk about FMCG channel, we also need to talk about how this market functions altogether. So this is by and large, this is including all the HoReCa outlets, this is including all the small groceries and all these things. You could see from this slide, 55% it varies from branch to branch, it varies from category to category, it varies from all the specialty foods and all these things. By and large, you can see that 55% of the business is coming from the modern trade. What is modern trade all about? The modern trade is large format of outlets led by Lulu, and also the self-service format of outlets in the mid-range, and the other one, all the cooperative stores and all these things. Then you talk about there's an important channel there is a wholesale channel which contributes 20% of the business, and the other format of outlets there is a HoReCa business, and also your small groceries and all these things contributes almost 25% of the business. Again, I'm telling you this again change from product to product, category to category. If you talk about a modern trade outlet, this can be a representation of a key account where they promise high shopping experience, the self-service formats. Also, it's a place where a lot of brand building activity happening. And also another important word, you also please listen that it is nothing about the offtake drives. What is the offtake drives means? The offtake drives means, for example, if you go to a developing market, if you put your products into the stores, the buyer takes it and 50% of your job done. But he plays an important role. When you come to a developed market, where the self-service format of outlets happen, the role of the shopkeeper is limited in selling in through the end consumer on spot. You need to have a lot of sell-out activities. That is also very important on it. This is how a grocery channel function in UAE. Basically, a grocery channel is a small format of outlets, and it gives a lot of convenient shopping. You can just go and shop it immediately, and you can just, it's very, very convenient. And of course, it's a small size of business. Another important is definitely the B2B model, which is of the the wholesale channel, basically the cash and carry model. And once you go to the developed markets, basically definitely the wholesale channels and the B2B channels are getting into more structured way. They also plays an important role on promoting the brands, large coverage, all these things. Because in any country, if you could see that the large number of outlets are getting covered through the indirect distribution. So hence the indirect distribution is quite important. And when you move to developed markets, yes, it is getting into a structured model on it. And they do very high value business in fact. And how you develop a wholesale channel, A wholesale channel basically, this is basically the largest, one of the, leading outlets of Jaleel Cash and Carry. The wholesale channel, basically they service three types of customers. The customers who walk into the store, the retailers are their customers here. The retailers who walk into the store, and they also give a lot of, telecall services. They call up and address the needs of the retailer, okay. And also there are agents, there are representatives who goes and catering to these things. Who are the basic customers of the wholesales? As you know that it's the groceries, the HoReCa channel, the larger number of HoReCa channel, and also the institutions. This comes an important slide. Probably these slides tell you how you can be a successful manufacturer or how you can be a successful principal partner, principal company. When you do a decent job, when you grow up your home business, of course your interest level is to brand your product internationally. So this means you have to move to the brand or you have to move to your operational internationally. So these slides will be a small highlights. What are the things that you have to take care when you move internationally or when you move to the UAE type of developed country? Of course, the product quality is very important. More important, you need to have the best quality and you need to maintain this on a consistent base. Otherwise, what will happen is it's not an easy place that you can come into this market and withdraw your product day after tomorrow. Because there is a large amount of spend and large amount of, all the efforts that you have to come into the international thing. And also, a place like Dubai, UAE is hub of the world where the product quality and consistency is more important on it. Second thing, as the Lulu team rightly highlighted, okay, this is an important point here earlier, the packaging is quite important. How to have an important package, because when you as a consumer, please shift into the end consumer shoes for a minute, and when you are a consumer, when you move to an international market, you are upgrading yourself. Because you are exposure to the world and you are exposure to the multiple brands which is having the best packaging altogether. So in fact, you need to address this packaging, that should be the best one. Of course, you need to understand all the rules and regulations of UAE, which is very, very important. The trade investments are very, very important. Brand vision. More importantly, you should have a vision of this brand. Where you need to position this brand for future. How you need to take care of this brand for future. And where you need to have a larger business perspective altogether. This vision is very, very important when you come to an international market like UAE. And more important, you need to have a right partner. The partner is also equally important of developing this brand and addressing this. My next slide will tell you how you can be a successful partner or a successful distributor. A successful distributor, first of all, why there is a distributor is all about in place, because you have to honor or the commitment of distribution. Distribution is a very, very important thing. You have weighted outlets, you have numeric outlets, and each outlet you need to present in the right way. You need to manage the revenue management, not only for the principal partner, but also for the trade and also for the self-distributor. You need to have the revenue growth on it. So year-on-year revenue growth of the brand means the brand is getting sound and it is giving satisfaction to the principal partner as well as it is the trade partner. Brand development. When I say that brand development, as I told you earlier, when you place the product in a developing market, your job is done almost half. But placing the product is the first job of a developed market. You need to place this brand and then you need to ensure that the brand is selling out of the outlet. This is very, very important because once the brand is selling and the brand is catching up, you get the response from the trade in the right way. What is mine, when you are selling more and more quantities of the brand means you are increasing the more customers, customer profile, more and more customers are coming to your brands. Of course, customer satisfaction is very important. The customer for a distributor here is definitely the trade partner. He should have the right infra. He should have the right, service levels. The product is out for one day means, the product is out, means, you are out from the customer. You are out from the, you are losing the business opportunity. Then this is how we are saying that how can you become a successful this thing. This slide tells you, story how we had, because that's what is the successful story behind Eastern when you get into this market. We launched this product of Eastern in 1996, and I've been told by, the owners of Eastern as well as the heads of, Jaleel Distribution, we were not even able to sell one container in first 6 months. A lot of brand development activities, lot of distribution effects, And all these things has to be happen because, what are the brand development activities? Because you need to increase the number of SKUs, you need to increase the distribution, you need to increase the offtake drives. With all the hard works, with all the, smart works, with all the dedication, today we are selling more than 2 containers per day. This brand is selling in UAE more than 2 containers per day. That is one of the biggest success of this.
Joining us on stage, Mr. Purushothaman, the General Manager for Jaleel Distribution. Thank you very much.